our moderator for this session. Please welcome Miss Julia Motorina to moderate this panel. Please, Julia, come here. The stage is all yours. Thank you. Şunu şöyle koyayım.
Yeah, thank you. So, hey everyone, we are ready to kick off our discussion on Web3 gaming, its opportunities and challenges. And let me welcome the participants on the stage, guys. So we have Mustafa, co-founder at Waker Games. Please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, you can. Okay. So we also have Ulaşcan, co-founder at NFT Horizon. Okay, it's a pleasure to have you on stage. We are just waiting for one more panelist. Just give us a couple of seconds. Yeah, so we also have Nishant, founder at Expand My Business. Welcome. Yeah, there. Ah, okay. Okay, let me introduce myself shortly. My name is Julia. I'm a global recruiting team leader at Behl Crypto, which is the top free crypto media. And I'm sure I had some interviews with you guys because more than a year, I'm focused on hunting best Web3 specialists on the crypto market and especially C-level managers. So, can you guys also please introduce yourselves, say a couple of words, and what we should expect of our panel discussion?
My name is Mustafa Albayrak. I'm a co-founder of Waker Games. We have released our 8 games in this 6 months, and we are switching to Web2 to Web3 gaming, and I want to add something to Web3 to my experience in Web2.
Okay, amazing. Next one, please.
So, hello everyone, and I am Ulaşcan Deniz Genç. I am the co-founder of NFT Horizon, which is a media outlet. At the same time, we are a drop NFT aggregator. And I have been in the crypto space since 2017, and the NFT space for the last 3 years. And that's all, that's the cricket.
Okay, thank you. Nishant?
Hi, good afternoon everybody. I'm Nishant Behl. I'm the founder for Expand My Business. Expand My Business is Asia's largest technology company for blockchain, software development, and marketing solutions. $20 million from the world's top investors such as DST Global, AlphaWave, Falcon Edge, the Abu Dhabi government. And we have already served more than 4,000 buyers across 20 countries. And the vision for us is very simple. If you are looking to outsource any of your development work, be it Web2, Web3, we are the organization to do it for you.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so Web3 gaming has come a long way in the past few years, undergoing significant changes. We've witnessed developments of new models, NFT integration. We have created a vibrant ecosystem of Web3 games, reshaping how players engage in and interact with virtual worlds. And let's start from the overview of Web3 gaming, and in particular, its current state. Emir, how do you see the present condition of Web3 gaming, and how has it evolved over the past few years?
Web3 games is still in the beginning of his journey, so I think it will develop much farther with the, but we need to fix the, understand better of it. Just, I think we started to understand how to utilize NFT in games better, and much more new utilities come every day. So I think it's currently just like a baby. So I think if we look at well and do the right move to the future, I think it will be the biggest thing in the world. But right now, I think currently it needs love,
Okay. So, and you have mentioned also about your experience with Web2 games. So, what do you personally want to bring to Web3 gaming?
Yeah,
do you see?
firstly, I want to traditional gamers to start using the wallets and contribute to NFT space and crypto market. But right now, they are, I think, scared to join any Web3 games because when you see any Web3 games, they ask you wallet in the first time when you open the game. So they're scared to open it, you know? Like they think like, why should I open a wallet? How much it takes? She's not sure of it, how to do it. And we look like that right now that Web3 game is all about play to earn. I think this needs to change about Web3 game because games for fun. You know, gamers play games for fun, and right now I think like most of the games looking like to play game and earn something, but it's really hard to earn something when you're playing game, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Okay, Nishant, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I could also add some points in here.
Okay.
So before all the thing, what was happened? I mean, this is a critical question because if we understand something history, we can more accurately predict its future.
Yeah.
So it is important to look back. So actually, before the gaming, we also look at the crypto space. I mean, it has a 4 stage, right? The innovation period, the mania, the hype, and we see a big crash and the adjustment. And this is the cycling. And actually, the NFTs or the gaming space, they all correlate in the crypto world with this concept. So for the NFTs, I mean, when it was first initiated, I mean, when is the first NFT created? I mean, it is 2014. And we see the NFTs become mainstream in the 2021. So what was happened, I mean, there? So actually, creating a game is not an easy thing. I mean, you need all the budget, you need all the team and creativity. And people realize that, okay, before the game, we can also create some collectibles, and it is easy, and people reacted. So it all started with the art and collectibles, and then we see in the gaming stage as well. And the peak part, of course, there's lots of venture capitalists in here as well, I believe. All the money flow came into this space. And personally, I mean, I work with over 300 DApps in the gaming space, in the crypto world. So we see that lots of the money, lots of the big money flow into the very crazy projects. I mean, the owners even don't know how to handle that much amount of money. I mean, ventures even don't know how to spell the blockchain. I mean, we saw all the things and there's a sudden crash in there. Of course, there's lots of success case. I mean, there's a few success case there. So in the gaming side, it started with like that. There's a proof of concept. I mean, it all started with the proof of concept because you don't know how the community react in the first phase. So you first create some community, first the community, and okay, there's an interest. So people start to design a game, and maybe perfect and not perfect, and they put on the stage, and then they started looking for partnerships. So this is the first what was happened. And secondly, okay, they know there's an interest. So they first designed the game, they put the game, and then community built, and then they need to grow, and they are looking for a partnership. This is the second phase. And now what we are seeing today in the gaming side, there is first the partnership. I mean, there's lots of big IPs coming from there, and with a lot of partnerships, and then they initiate the game, and as in the traditional way, maybe, and then community will gather around those games. I mean, this is what is happening now.
Yeah, definitely got it. Okay, Nishant, what do you think about this topic, about the current state?
So, you know, for me, I think it has been largely very personal, and it's a beautiful thing to, you know, witness because myself, you know, I have been a gaming fanatic for the longest time, spent my entire engineering, you know, spending time on my laptop, my, you know, PlayStation. So, you know, witnessing this entire change is something very beautiful for me. But for me, as a technologist, I think one thing I'm obsessed about is the interoperability of the entire function, right? Like earlier, there used to be very confined ways in which, how we could play games, how we could probably use assets. But because the way the Web3 is changing the entire gaming industry, I feel the way, we are able to use the assets, the way we are able to use tokens, the way we are able to use NFTs across the value chain of different games, that is something superb, which we are witnessing. The second thing is I also feel that, the way metaverse and immersive tech is playing a very, very crucial role in the way gaming as a sector is evolving, right? For the longest time, if you look throughout the journey of Web 2.0, the immersive experience in most of the games was largely missing, right? So with metaverse coming in, with, a very strong evolution of the VR, AR, MR taking place, I think it's a time to witness how the next 5 years of, gaming is going to be looked upon. But largely, overall, the way this entire ecosystem is shaping up, the current industry size is about $170 odd billion. But the larger analysis, reflects that because of Web3 playing such an important role in the gaming industry, the industry is sized to be about $350 billion by the end of 5 years.
Okay, yeah. But, even having all this state, having all these advancements, so there are still several major challenges right now. For example, Emir, you mentioned about wallets. So there is a choice between custodial and non-custodial wallets. Native in-game Web3 integration for popular game engines such as Unity and Unreal Engine is in dire need. We also have the major dilemma on decentralization with the question of which parts of the game should be on-chain and which are off-chain. So based on that, Emir, what are the innovations that we should expect to see in Web3 gaming in the next 5 years?
I think Web3 gaming, like innovations that have, like adding to all the games, I think that and connecting it, all of them is a big part of the all the blockchain system and economy. But see. I think all games should have it, but as a feature. Like I think a small part should be the blockchain. Why? Yeah. Let me tell you. I think gaming industry doesn't need blockchain and NFT and all that. Gamers need it. Gamers want to have ownership of their asset, and we want that the gamers will be use it and. Like the innovations that are for like easy to integrate, and they can fastly connect their wallet and address as well.
Okay, yeah. Ulaşcan, so what impact all these innovations, maybe you can also add some innovation that you can expect, so what impact that will have on the wider gaming industry?
So what is next? I mean,
yeah.
this is the critical question.
Yeah.
So actually, the blockchain gaming and NFTs, I am also always saying that this is all connected because it is the history. Like we have digital assets and we now NFTs, the revolutionary version. So every new revolutionary technology hit the market twice. So we see that the first time the blockchain gaming hit the market, and okay, people realize that okay, there's something going on in here. So lots of developers coming, lots of studios coming. So we will see the second phase. So what will happen in the second phase? In the current version, we currently have in the previous years over $10 billion investment made to blockchain gaming. So, but in the currently, we have live over the 5% live games in the current phase. I mean, very small percentage is live, so we can interact with them. So in the upcoming period, we will see this percentage go like half to half. So lots of big IPs currently working on, this area, and we will see those games. And the critical part is that currently crypto world is not that much popular actually. We have like 30 million people in here, and look at the games. I mean, games will be the next big thing for the crypto, because even one game like PUBG has 100 million players monthly, So at the peak, they have billion people play at some point. So even one game can create huge impact in the blockchain world, even. So how? Because it is easy. I mean, you can just play some game because it is fun, and you can learn in the parallel how the wallet system works, how the blockchain things, the investment strategies. I mean, all the things coming with this gaming segment. So we probably see lots of big IPs. Like I can give some couple of examples. Like Epic Games. Epic Games is really like this space, right? Of course, I am always skeptical with the big IP. I mean, I always telling that in the previous years, like 2 to 3 years ago, I said that, okay, you are all telling that Meta is pioneering the space, right? And what will happen? I mean, they first tell that, okay, we will get a half of the fee, and then, okay, we will not make it for a couple of years, and then we will get the fee, and then, okay, we are pulling back the technological investment. I mean, we are laying off the things. So, okay, Epic is going great. And they say that they have 20 new games coming in the blockchain area. And then we are looking at Fortnite. I mean, Fortnite announced that Fortnite Creative 2.0. It is really important because it is based on user-generative content, right? UGC. So it is very critical because it is a direct match with this technology, I mean, because you can create sub-economies under the games. I mean, you can earn your own money with creating your content, and it also shows you the importance of ownership. Ownership is also critical because it is all about the property right. When we look at the countries with high GDPs, we are seeing that the biggest countries have highest property right. So it is very critical utility of the gaming space, the NFTs. And also, one last example, there's a company called CCP. Maybe you know the EV online game, very popular game. And they get investment lead by A16, like $40 million. And they plan to launch EV Web3 game. And I mean, when these kind of projects like Sharapnel or other type of the big companies, big studios initiate their project, I mean, we will see the rush into the Web3 gaming area, and of course, the crypto itself.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Okay, Nishant, what do you think about the innovations and its impact on the wider gaming community?
So for me, I think one of the innovations we have been noticing in the industry is, how do people monetize, gaming? So a lot of people, who have been avid gamers now of late because of, blockchain platforms, have been able to monetize these platforms. People have been able to make money in the real world from these platforms. So that, I think that is one emergence which we are seeing in the industry, which is very, very dominating. The second is the in-asset purchases based on blockchain, right? So a lot of, asset purchases, which typically, form one of the underlying mechanisms of monetization in the gaming industry, right, are again moving to blockchain. So we, again, following the industry very, very closely, this is something we are witnessing right now and something we are hoping for, that this industry goes on to become larger with time. That's the second thing. The third thing, one thing which we have also started noticing, right, the user-generated content, as he was mentioning, right, this is something which is really picking up. Now, what we are seeing, a classical difference between the gaming in Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 is, in Web 3.0, a lot of developers are using, open source communities, which is very, very closely knitted with user feedback to, launch the next version. So this is something, which is a very, very positive change. And again, as the user-generated content keeps on, becoming bigger and bigger, it's a very strong compounded effect, which we are going to see across the gaming industry.
Yeah, got it. I'd also add that it's crucial for growing the industry is refining the first-time user experience. As many developers say that This is what best determines whether a player stays in place or leaves and never to return. And in 2022, we saw the huge 60% increase in daily unique active wallets compared to 2021 numbers. And it was 1.13 million. So many top games saw this increase. So, Ulaşcan, how can game developers attract more traditional gamers to Web3 games? What should be done?
Yes, actually, this is the one critical maybe issue, but it is not directly the case. Like throwing the Web3 version to the traditional gamers. I mean, it's not work like that. I mean, they reject this kind of things. So, actually, one critical thing, as I mentioned, the high quality games need to come into the place, right? This is the one critical things. So, when those games is come to the place, I mean, lots of the users directly start to onboard this kind of games. And also, I mean, when we think onboarding, I mean, you cannot say directly, okay, if you want to play this game, go get some MetaMask account. I mean, it is a hurdle, right? I mean, it is not that easy. So the gamers hate those kind of things. I mean, we are okay with that, but gamers not. I mean, so as I first say, the partnership also key in this area. So partnership with onboarding or in the place of onboarding stages or any other stages will help those kind of things. I mean, you can partner with some infrastructure or some projects that make people easily onboard the gaming space. Like they can easily create with email account, and in the background you can create some private keys, public keys, all the hurdle you can do in the background. Just and you can also create. I mean, lots of the studios. I mean, that I talk with. I mean, they are saying that it is not easy to getting feedback as well. I mean, there's also problem in this area because you are giving incentives, right? So when you are giving incentives, people directly react those incentives, the money itself especially. So you cannot track the real feedbacks, the real analytics. So lots of the game also try to solve this problem with doing like free-to-play option, or they are giving the first game part and they are giving some optional Web3 areas, and these kind of things will make traditional gamers attract here and more. I mean.
Okay, so you also have mentioned about onboarding. So I'm just thinking that other companies can also help, like not gaming companies, can help onboarding the users, can educate them about the wallets and all this stuff. So do you think it's possible, and do you see some companies who make some efforts on doing this?
Yes, of course. I mean, the gaming itself, I mean, when first interact with games, it gives you some tutorial, right?
Yeah.
So we need to educate people about this new technology, and gaming is a very good place because it also have its inner ability to make them learn. So it's a very good opportunity.
Yeah. Okay, Emir, as a gamer, as a developer, what can you say about these topics? And not only about like attracting, like what innovations and what strategies do we need to make here?
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, like the entrance is the big part of the, because when you show the wallet, as I mentioned that before,
yes,
like they get scared and leave it immediately. But I think if you give the first part of the game the player, I think that's not enough either, because I want to invest more. I want, like as you mentioned, like Fortnite, like PUBG, they're all free game, full free. Like you can play it like your whole time, and you did not need to buy anything. Like I think this needs to change for the most of the NFT games. I see you need to buy something first. Yeah, why should I buy something that maybe I don't even enjoy in the first place? You know, I think also the gaming industry is switching to the freemium things. So I think Web3 games can switch as well. for the first start. And you know, like like Clash of Clans is a big example. I think for the mobile Web2 game, it's really huge right now. And it's so free, and they earn their money just 1%. In the end, they like earn lots of money with that strategy. I think something can be done like this for Web3.
Okay, yes. I also remember what Robbie Ferguson, the co-founder of Immutable, tweeted in the beginning of this year in January, so that we can expect the next wave of public adoption with some viral Web3 game that will catalyze this. And it will most certainly happen in the next year, year and a half. So what do you think about this also? Like, can there be one like viral game?
Yeah, I think like these games can be switched, and when they switch to the type of like Clash of Clans, when they switch to Web3, I think this will be huge for the Web3 environment.
Okay, yeah. So you have also mentioned, and I think that many specialists on the market say that onboarding challenges and player accessibility are the biggest issues within the sector, and especially user experience play the crucial role here. So we still have to make some strides for Web3 game development, even despite the fact that there has been considerable progress with tools and documentation to facilitate smart contract development thanks to DeFi. So in this regard, what specific challenges do game developers and designers face when working with existing smart contract and NFT standards, and how this can be addressed? Emir, maybe you can start.
Yeah, this is actually like because it's a very new technology, and not lots of developers adopt it and learn it how to use it effectively, and the game designers and other jobs as well for the game development part. But I think like for the time being, we need to experiment more, try new things, and when we do something like experiment in the futures of the Web3 game, I think they will adapt fast. But for that, we firstly make Web3 games more suitable for Web2 gamers. You see.
Okay.
Because like let me add something as well. Like managing like tokens is hard for the game designer as well right now, because they don't know how it works. You know, because it's a new thing. Maybe experienced game designers don't know how to place the token usage of their game, because this is actually real money can be swapped as well. So I think they need lots of experience and experiment as well.
Okay. Yeah, you have also like mentioned, and it connects with that there is a shortage of good, like skilled Web3 developers. So we should also think about it. It's also the issue on the market.
Yeah,
like companies can attract these talents.
Time will solve it, because it's a new technology, and as a time being, the more people are gonna learn it as we grow the space. So I think in the future, like this is not gonna be a problem for the Web3 games.
So how many years? How would you say?
I can't say that actually. I don't know. Maybe 1, maybe 6 months. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. So Nishant, what do you think about this topic? What are the challenges with smart contracts and NFT standards?
I think one of the biggest challenges is definitely going to be the scalability and the gas fees, right? So again, this is something which has been largely discussed across the community. How do we solve for the increasing gas fees? And of course, you know, as I think, as you know, the scalability keeps on growing up. One of the things which has definitely come across in the recent past is, you know, using protocols of layer 2, using you know, sharding as a concept, using Ethereum 2.0. You know, there are evolutions to, you know, how we can probably do that. And of course, you know, the direct implication of carbon footprint is something, you know, we should be all concerned about. So that, in my opinion, is, I think, one of the biggest, you know, biggest concerns on how we should be tackling it. But, you know, having said that, there is enough and more research going on, you know, on what could be the next step to solve this. The second, I think, you know, which is a larger concern for everybody, is that the regulatory compliances, right? Of course, we, you know, in the coming times, we are going to see DAOs being much more prevalent. But I also feel at the same time, the developer communities and the people, involved deeply in the ecosystem should be monitoring the government regulations very closely with respect to, the legal implications as well. Because of course, throughout the day, there has been a lot of discussion about, how the Web3 is also sometimes looked upon in the bad light, right? So I think these are the larger two challenges at hand. Apart from that, of course, there are, several other challenges. But in my opinion, the couple of challenges I mentioned, the scalability with respect to the gas fees, plus the regulatory compliances. I think these are the larger topics that, the larger issues at hand right now.
Yeah, you have mentioned important points about the challenges. Okay, so Ulaşcan, what do you think about this?
Okay, so I mean, I work with many gaming studios as an advisor and all this stuff. So I see lots of the problem in the space. I mean, there's lots of hard things to do. And of course, the user amount is one of the critical things because games are generally designed for a huge amount of players. So, but I mean, if you are not the star game, I mean, you probably not solve this problem directly. But the other problems, the one thing is that as he talked, the cost of the transactions. I mean, even we have the layer 2s or the direct blockchains to handle these kind of transactions, but it is still a problem. So this one is one of the critical part. And the other type of problem is that, I mean, in the Web2 gaming, we have all the tools, we have all the things. So when a developer or gaming studio jump into the blockchain space, they directly ask that, okay, what is the Web3 version of this tool? So, I mean, either there is none or there's a new one, the new startup doing this kind of tool. So, I mean, this is the one critical things because, I mean, in the gaming space, like think about mobile, they are just optimizing the one bottom or one things, and this is a whole new things. I mean, there's lots of tools that they need, and the other side, they also need SDKs. So, I mean, most of the developers or gaming studios not directly want to hard code everything. I mean, lots of the developers using APIs and that bunch of stuff. So we also need that kind of infrastructure level solutions to make the process easy. So this is also another critical problem. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the incentives can be a problem because you cannot collect the real data. That, I mean, even that is a hurdle. People play that game to just get the money. So this can be also a problem. So you need to design very carefully. And for doing all of this stuff, you need the knowledge. So knowledge is the very big problem. So what is knowledge? Security in the blockchain, knowledge. Designing your game is knowledge. So there's lots of different area under the knowledge. Of course, I am not saying that all the developers or gaming studios solve this problem directly themselves. So partnerships can very helpful on this kind of creating this kind of knowledge inside of the projects. So these are the current problems, and possible solutions actually is on the table.
Okay. Yes. So we also have been mentioning about attracting traditional gamers, and there is a huge topic about user experience. So what do you think, what are the implications of prioritizing user experience over decentralization in Web3 gaming? Emir, can you answer this?
Yeah, for the Web2 gamers experience, think like that, games made for the enjoyment of the players. So firstly, there shouldn't be just what I can say. There should be a gameplay a gameplay loop and can be playable with the sense. You know, early stages of Web3, I saw some games just you idle and watch it, and it's not just a game. You know, this is not a game because when you see the Web2 games, they especially in the big companies. They made amazing stuff, and they really prioritize how gamers feel, how they interact with their game, and how they can have fun in their game for the gamers. I think a Web3 space right now is lack of game design, that good game design and really good fun experience in game in general. And we can fix it with like much better Web3 game design, but as I mentioned, like there's a lot of problem needs to be solved. Like first, I think we need to solve those problems. Like security is a huge risk for Web3 games, and he mentioned some other things that needs to be solved. I think when they are solved, we can work more of the game design and how we can make better games faster, and then we can prioritize the user's experience with it.
Okay, got it. Ulaşcan, what do you think about user experience versus decentralization in the gaming industry?
Okay, so we are talking about we should first put some Web2 utilities or
Yes.
decentralization first, right?
Yeah.
I believe that it is not a best case to fake it. I mean, so we don't need to put back the decentralization. I mean, we can still use it in a correct way, because user can understand that. I mean, user will understand that. As we see Ubisoft itself in the space, but they created a Quartz program. They put some NFTs in one game, and crypto space rejected, and traditional gamer also rejected, because it published like pages of restriction for the NFTs and digital assets. So you cannot directly fake it, this area. But of course, as we talked earlier, I mean, you can create great game as in the traditional version. You can onboard people in an easy way, and in the background, you need to handle decentralization. So you cannot omit those areas to onboard more people or the traditional ones. I mean, it's not work like that. I mean, people reject that. I mean, the crypto space both, the traditional both.
Okay, yeah. So I think that we all agree on the challenges and on the innovations that we should expect in the near future for Web3 gaming, especially to attract traditional gamers here. So yeah, just to sum it up, Web3 gaming has evolved significantly in recent years, showcasing the potential of player-owned economies and tradable assets. And in the next 5 years, we can expect some innovations as, improved gameplay mechanics, a seamless integration of Web3 features, and also the emergence of new genres. So, and these advancements should definitely attract traditional gamers and have a profound impact on the wider gaming community, right? Okay, amazing. So I think we don't have much time left. Thank you a lot to our panelists. It was amazing discussion. Yes, yeah, and
Thank you too.
I hope that the Web3 gaming industry will thrive in the recent years. Yeah, thank you.
So thank you very much, Julia, and your valuable speakers.
Thank you.